There's a version of the world where tires stay white, look cleaner, and maybe even feel more premium. But in that world, they also wear out faster, crack sooner, and fail under heat a lot more often. Most people assume tires are black because black just hides dirt better. That's the myth. The real reason is engineering. Tires are black because manufacturers mix carbon black into the rubber to make it far stronger, tougher, and far more resistant to heat, abrasion, and sunlight. Plain rubber is not good enough for the job. A tire gets crushed, flexed, scraped, heated, cooled, and hammered against the road thousands of times every mile. If you used lighter, cleaner-looking rubber by itself, it would wear down too quickly and start breaking apart under real driving conditions. Carbon black acts like a reinforcing filler inside the rubber. It makes the compound stronger, improves wear resistance, and helps the tire survive repeated stress. And there's another problem: heat. Tires constantly build heat from flexing and friction. Too much heat is one of the fastest ways to shorten tire life. Carbon black helps the rubber manage that stress better, which is a huge deal when the only thing connecting a car to the road is 4 hand-sized contact patches. It also helps protect the tire from UV damage, which would otherwise speed up cracking and aging. So, why not use a nicer-looking color and just engineer around it? That's the trade-off. You can improve certain tire properties with other materials like silica, and modern tires absolutely do that. In fact, silica is used to improve things like wet grip and rolling resistance. But that does not mean you can simply remove carbon black and get a prettier tire with no downside. Tire compounds are built around balancing grip, durability, heat resistance, efficiency, cost, and lifespan. And black still wins that balance in many critical areas. That's why the black tire became the standard. Early tires were not black at all. They were light-colored before carbon black became common in tire manufacturing. Once manufacturers realized carbon black massively improved durability, the industry moved hard in that direction because a tire is not a fashion item first. It is a failure-sensitive safety component. And once the industry standardized around that performance logic, black stopped being just a material outcome and became the visual language of what a real tire is supposed to be. Not because consumers voted for black, because road forces did. So the real reason tires are black is simple. Black rubber survived the road better. It lasted longer, handled heat better, resisted damage better, and proved itself where it mattered most, under load, at speed, every single day. That's why tires are not black for looks. They're black because the road punished every weaker option first. If you want more small things with big reasons, subscribe.